is Tiffany and this is my channel, Who's Your Handmade? Thank you so much for stopping by today. This is another edition of #FridaySews. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around. First of all, thank you so much to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for giving us the ability to sit here and chat away about all things sewing. Thank you, Jen, for sharing this creative platform with us. And thank you so much to all those who have watched my videos, all of my subscribers, those that have been with me from the beginning, thank you so much. And to any new subscribers, thank you so much for hopping on board. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below, you guys. Let's chat and let's be friends. So what did I accomplish in my sewing room this weekend? I had a lovely weekend in my sewing room. So much time over the weekend to get some things accomplished. The first thing that I wanted to show you all is my progress on my Happy Camper cross stitch. Yes, I'm still cross stitching in the evenings when my husband and I kind of wind down and watch a movie together, or any little chance I get. I am making some progress. Look at that cute little camper in the little truck, the little girl in there driving the truck, and that's supposed to be a puppy in the back. It kind of looked like a cat to me at the beginning. I think it's supposed to be a dog. So super cute. Really enjoying this. Why am I showing this to you? Well, it's cute and I like it, so I wanted to kind of show it off, but also it kind of correlates to this week's question that Jen has given all of us Friday Sews creators, and that is, what level of perfectionism do you try to attain? And I'm using this as an example, so I'm going to show it to you again. Okay. There's a problem, a mistake in this, in my stitches, and really quite a significant one. I'm not going to point it out to you, but I'm going to use this as an example for my answer to that question. I made the mistake and I've decided that I can live with it. I heard the saying one time that perfectionism is boring. Being perfect is boring. So I am trying to be okay with the mistakes that I have made and just move on and not let it bother me. So if you can see the issue in this, sorry. If it bothers you, sorry. This is going in my camper and I have enjoyed every minute of doing this, so that's my level of perfectionism. If I make a mistake, if I can live with it, I'll just let it go. So what else did I get accomplished in my sewing room last week? If you have watched my previous Friday Sews video, you will know that I was taking on the challenge of sewing up 7 little dresses for, well, 2 of them were for a local charity endeavor with a local quilt store that was doing the Samaritan's Purse Christmas boxes. They're sewing up dresses for those, and so 2 of those were for that effort, and then I had bought fabric to do an additional 5 for Project Dress a Girl. And Mari got a hold of me and said that I could just contribute all of my little dresses to my local quilt shop's endeavor, the Christmas boxes. So I'm going to do that, and I have finished all of those dresses, and I'll just take a minute to show them to you. There are 7 here. I'll lay them across my lap. The first 2 are size smalls. I had showed this one last week, but there are the little pockets that I added to it. So that is a small. And then this one is a small, cute little pockets there. Now this is the pillowcase dress pattern that I had talked about in last week's Friday Sews. I'm going to link it again. I'm going to put the information in the description box below. A super fun pattern. These are size mediums. They're kind of hard to see the whole thing, but we've got the bias tape, and I use Botten bias tape for the armholes, and then you can just tie them up there at the top. So 2 mediums. And then I have three large ones. Kind of just seemed important to not forget about the older girls. This one I showed last weekend, but there's the pockets. That one has yellow bias tape. And then these two I made this week as well. Another large yellow pockets. The large ones again have a vent in the back that they walk you through on how to do. It's fairly simple. It's easier the more times you do it. One of those kinds of things. And then here is the blue one. It's got little bugs on it with yellow bias tape and the vent in the back. And I'll put in some pictures of what they all look like together. They were really fun to make, really simple and easy. So if you still want to participate in Mari Sews challenge, hashtag Project Dressy Girl 2022, you still can. I would suggest sewing up a quick pattern, and this pillowcase pattern is super quick. I talked about it last week, but just to give you some highlights that really stuck out to me while I was sewing these up this week, I'm just gonna run over a few of those. Now let me give you a disclaimer here. Just because it's called a pillowcase dress does not mean that we want to use pillowcases for this challenge. Pillowcases, as we all know, are made of usually more thin fabric. Sometimes, most of the time, they are quite see-through, and we want to steer away from that kind of fabric for the modesty's sake for these little girls. So when I say pillowcase dress, I'm actually meaning more the pattern and the design of the dress as opposed to actually using a pillowcase. So some things that I love about this pattern: it is very easy to sew up. I sewed up all 5 of those last weekend in about the span of 3 afternoons. I did all of those while the baby was napping. And they're just fun. They're really easy. How did I accomplish that so quickly? I batch cut all the fabric to size, and that pattern will tell you what size to cut your fabric per size of dress. And then I took it a size at a time, and I just batched it, did everything. If I was making a hem on one dress, I made it for the other. If I was putting pockets on one dress, I put pockets on the other. Somehow the Lord provided. When I was picking out my fabric, I coordinated fabric for each size. I don't know how I did that. I really don't know. So my thread that I put on my machine, I could use for both sizes. If you had some forethought, you could do that as well. Mine was total luck. I don't know how I figured that out. But I was able to finish those rather quickly, because I could do each step twice at one time. I wasn't going back and forth from the sewing machine to the iron for each one at different stages. So that really made a difference. Now the bias tape, I've got some pros and cons of that store-bought bias tape. Cons first. It is expensive, you guys. I had no idea when I went to go purchase coordinating bias tape for these little dresses that store-bought bias tape was upwards of $4 now. My goodness. And that was at Walmart. $3.80 something is what I paid, I think, at Walmart. And then I went to Joann's, and I thought maybe it would be like, buy 2 get 1 free or some percentage off. No, last weekend, of course, the bias tape was not on sale. So I was paying, again, $3.50 for my bias tape. So yes, it's expensive. It can get very expensive. Also, it is really stiff. And if you've messed with store-bought bias tape, how stiff that fabric is. Now that is kind of a pro and a con, because yes, it's stiff. You wouldn't think it's going to be very comfortable, but you are making the ties and the armholes for those little dresses with that bias tape. And to me, because that fabric is more on the stiff side and more, it should be more resilient to wear and tear. Now, you can definitely make your own bias tape for this pattern. It doesn't give you the instructions in here on how to do that, but you can look it up on YouTube very easily. And making bias tape is it's not super difficult, so you can make your own. but I went ahead and used the store-bought for convenience, time's sake, and also I really just think that store-bought fabric is going to last longer for those little dresses. Also, like the last thing, I'm not going to go on about this too long. Let me just pause and say I'm going to try not to go too long today. I know I've gotten pretty long-winded. I just so enjoy chatting with you guys. I so enjoy having someone to talk to about my sewing. It's just so much fun to sit here and chat about things about sewing, and I know you guys understand. I was trying to tell my husband over the weekend about my plans for those little dresses, and he stopped me mid-sentence and he said, "Oh wait, you don't need to tell me this, I've already heard it." I was like, "What are you talking about? I'm just not telling you my plans." And he's like, "Nope, I watched your video." So now he's keeping up with me via my Friday sews. So hi honey, thank you for watching. And you might have noticed my sweet little flowers over here. He was so sweet this week, and he took my our toddler, our little girl Addie, she's 2, he took her out on a little excursion on the farm for an evening and let me finish up these dresses, and then he brought me home those flowers, you guys. I don't know if you can make it out, but there's this really sweet little card over there too, so I thought those would be pretty in my video today. So thank you, honey, for watching my videos and giving me a chance this week to get some things accomplished. Anyway, last thing that I really love about these dresses, they are, in my opinion, a grow with me pattern. You cut your bias tape, they give you, specific lengths to cut for each size, and then you tie them up. I've tied them fairly closely to the shoulder, down to the shoulder, but you can as the little girl grows, you can just tie them upwards and upwards and upwards, so you have room for growth here. And I think that makes this pattern really stand out, in that this little dress, as long as the fabric and my stitches and everything hold up, that little dress can last a really long time for that little girl. So that is a really big win for me with this pattern. So like I said, I'm gonna link it below and you guys can go check it out if you want to. A great pattern, good instructions, maybe not the best instructions, but definitely usable and readable and able to make those little dresses up. What else did I get up to last weekend? So our group, we have a group at church, a little sewing group that we have started. I think it's been 2 years or more now. So every semester, in the fall we have a semester, and then in the spring we have a semester, and we meet every Thursday night, and we get together. I bring my machine. There are machines there that others can use if they don't have one of their own, and we just sew things to give as charitable items for our church. We were sewing hats last Thursday, and it was just so much fun to be with ladies who enjoy sewing and that you can connect with through a hobby. So I'm really glad to be starting up those again. And then my hubby took me shopping again. I got to go to Joann's and Hobby Lobby, and I want to real quick, I'm not gonna belabor this too much, but I wanted to show you some fabric. Just picked up a few things. Hobby Lobby was having their 40% off sale on fabric, and then I got a few cuts of clearance fabric from Hobby Lobby as well. So I'm going to show these to you. This is a twill fabric, a cotton twill fabric. It has oranges or nectarines or whatever you want to call those on there. This was $2 a yard, so I picked up 2 yards of that one. It was clearance. I didn't really need a reason to pick it up, but I was thinking that it would make a cute little pinafore for Addie for next spring and summer. And then this one, I had kind of been eyeing this fabric anyway at Hobby Lobby, and this was also clearanced. It is a lilac cheetah print. Very pretty, very silky. I don't know, I think it was technically called a rayon or viscose, good drape, really silky. And this was, I just bought what was left on the bowl, and that was 1.2 yards, but it was only $2 a yard, so that was a great deal. Probably going to be ending up being a color blocked top for me, because I'm not real sure that 1.2 yards will do it for me for a pattern. And then this fabric I bought is a black Liverpool. It's got a little bit of a texture, stretchy. There's a little bit of stretch. Yeah, a lot of stretch that way and not so much that way. I bought this to make some muslins of a skirt. I need some like wintry black skirts for work that look, you know, business casual, that I can wear for meetings and stuff. So I want to try to find a nice skirt pattern that I can toile with that. And then this fabric, oh, I've been watching this one for a while now, and I finally let myself just buy it. And I bought the rest of the bolt that we had at our Hobby Lobby. So this is a floral knit, jersey knit, with polka dots in the background. And my goodness, what was this? I bought, there's 3.8 yards here, and on sale it was $4.79 a yard. Super cute. Let me see if I can find to show you. Super soft, thin, pretty thin, you know, breathable. I'm sure there is, I don't know what the fabric content is, I'm sure there's polyester, but it is so soft, and I can't wait to make up something for Addie and I out of this fabric. Not anytime soon, because I do kind of think of this as a spring-ish kind of color. So we will look forward to that for next year. And then I went on to Joann's, and they had some fabric in their last chance section again. I've mentioned that section before, and if you have one in your Hobby Lobby, you really need to check it out, because they're putting like their expensive like garment fabric in there. They're putting pop fabric that I'd love to pick up for Addie, and then they're putting cotton. Like, they're all kinds of stuff can land in that last chance section. So that's where I found this one. This is a double brushed poly. So soft. It's like a teal color. Very soft. Cute. Let me show you though. That's what it looks like there. And I purchased 3 yards of this, and it was 60% off. So that that section, that last chance section, is 60% off. And then the lady at the counter gave me an extra 25% off. So I ended up paying $16 for those 3 yards, which is about $5.40 a yard. So not bad. Not bad for my weekend haul there. Yeah, no big plans for that one as of right now. It's kind of, again, it looks kind of summery, but I don't really like to wear double brush poly in the summer. It just gets so hot, and it's still so hot, you guys, here in Indiana. I think we're supposed to get some cooler weather this weekend, so hopefully that's making its way here. And then I found one roll at Walmart. This was 2 yards for $4, and it's like a twill fabric, no stretch, or maybe a little stretch that way, but not much. So it's that kind of a tannish brown color, and I bought that too. Again, I was thinking work skirts. I need some nice business casual kind of things for my wardrobe right now, and I have been for all summer just wearing dresses, because I love to wear dresses, and they're appropriate, you know, over the summer. But I don't know, layering, you got to do so much layering with dresses in the winter, so I would rather just have a nice separates outfit, and I need to get busy on perfecting that for myself. So that was my weekend. That's what I picked up over the weekend. Now, plans for this week, I do want to work on my daughter's verbena pinafore from Peony Patterns. I want to work on that one for her. I was doing that as an entry for hashtag Sew Purple to End ALZ, but I'm not real sure I'm going to get that done from before the end of September. So we'll just have to see where that goes. Also, I want to dive into my stash. I'm looking up because my fabric is kind of piled up on my wire shelving around my room, and I need to just get in there and start organizing it. It is folded up onto boards already, and I'm gonna have a video out hopefully in the next few weeks on how I fold and catalog my fabric. But it's just kind of been like, is there an empty hole? Okay, push some fabric in there. So I want to go through it, I want to try to organize it better, and I want to pull out some fall like fabrics that I know I have hidden up there. All right, that's gonna do it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and let's chat below, you guys. Tell me how your week is going. I absolutely love chatting with you in the comments, so let's be friends. Also, I put up my very first pattern review on Tuesday, my first pattern review of the Staycation dress by Ellie and Mac. If you haven't had a chance to watch that video, go ahead over there to my channel and give it a watch and a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Thank you so much for sticking with me and for commenting and being my friends. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.